Welcome to No Excuses, folks. I'm your host, Rodney Arbona, and my special guest is Debbie Jaffee. How are you, my dear?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for being on the show. And you are an advocate for challenged people,
Yes.
right? And not only that, you also have a nice part in making sure One Little Finger gets its out there to the world.
Yes.
And how did you get involved in this film?
Well, the lovely Kevin Mackey was nice enough to invite me to have a spoken word part. And I was more than thrilled to do it because it's all about getting the word out, creating awareness, creating more of an understanding society. The only way that happens is to educate, to have people fear what they don't know or they don't understand.
Sure.
So you get the word out and it creates awareness, which hopefully leads to acceptance and inclusion.
Exactly. Now, you're already an advocate for especially challenged people.
Yes.
What got you into that?
Well, the past few positions that I've held, which I've pretty much made my career over the past decade or so, has always been working with special needs students, either as an aide, an instructional assistant in some capacity. And I just became so in love with these children. They just spoke to me with their innocence and their just total determination. Things that we take for granted
Sure.
are such a challenge for them, and their strength was inspiring. And I said I would like to do something to help, to give back, and to make a little bit of an impact in their daily lives.
And as you're doing this and being that they're being that inspiration to you and your advocacy, what is the name of your advocacy? Let me put my teeth back in my face. What is the name of the group?
I have a Facebook support group called Friends of Children with Special Needs.
Okay.
And I created it several years ago. It was a very small thing that I was doing to support the organization where I worked. I worked for a special needs school. And it's funny, there's a story. I turned 50 at the same time that they turned 50.
Oh.
So I wanted to, instead of birthday presents, I wanted people to donate to the school.
That's fantastic.
And once I created the group, I created a GoFundMe page. I was just promoting it. And then I started getting all these membership requests, and people were so interested. And it just started to grow and grow. Now it's several thousand members, and it just keeps growing every day.
That's
it's amazing.
Fantastic. And did you meet Kevin through this?
Yes, just through my networking. I just, one thing kind of leads to another.
Sure does.
And thankfully led to Kevin, which gave me this lovely opportunity. And it's just the more voices that are out there, and the more that we can get the word out to people about what it means and make them understand what these poor people have to go through and how much they have to offer. It's a community effort. We all have to do our part.
We sure do. And what is your advice to Kevin, and who's a big part of making this happen and getting the word out? So obviously this movie is amazing. The trailer's tearjerker to all of us.
Oh, yes.
But obviously, your professional opinion, what do you think it would take to get to that next level where all of a sudden this would become much easier for an acceptance? And of course, getting the right people involved to allow these folks to have I like to use a more normal lifestyle, because schools are difficult for them.
Yes.
Public transportation is difficult for them.
Right.
So what do you think it's going to take?
Well, this is a good first step because there are many things, for example, even in my group, things like clothing. Someone who's disabled just to get dressed.
Sure. Good point.
Adaptive clothing they're starting to be a big thing. Major retailers are starting to notice that. Target and Kohl's, Tommy Hilfiger, they're all coming up with adaptive clothing. So I think that there is increased awareness, and slowly the message is getting through. This movie, that gives people a chance to actually see an entire story based on the strengths of these people and what they can accomplish, and how they should be paid just as much respect as anyone else, if not more so, for what they can offer to society.
Exactly.
And social media is a great tool for that. Social media is a great way to get the word out.
For sure. So now this is the first step. What do you think the second step should be?
Well, hopefully this movie will get shown in enough venues, big and small, to give people the opportunity to sit down in the theater and just like you would enjoy any movie, but with a message, with an important, powerful message.
Absolutely. And that's why we're here,
That's right.
to give it a big
That's
message
right.
as much as we can,
That's
of course.
right. And I think it's wonderful that you are doing this,
Oh,
and
thank you.
hopefully lots of people will see it.
Well, it's about me getting people like you in this chair and the others that I'm going to speak with, because it's your voice and your professional opinions that make it happen. I just feel like I'm just the medium of making sure I can help pass this along.
Well, my voice among many others, and if you put all those voices together, it becomes one loud voice.
Well, that's what we need, right? We need
That's
to get
right.
this voice as loud as possible.
That's right.
And so what's next for you?
Well, it's funny because I keep growing this group more and more. I expand my reach more and more.
Fantastic.
I try to advocate for as many people as I can. I do it with all the love in my heart. It's not a profession. I actually do this on a volunteer basis.
It's wonderful.
But I would love to even go to different parts of the country and
Great.
be able to really spread the message. Social media does allow that virtually for me.
Mhm.
But if I could physically go to places and speak and really connect with other people such as Kevin and Rupam and really make it big, because like I said, the more I can get that out there with the help of other like-minded people, then the more people will hear it.
Well, Debbie, that's what we need to help you do, because it's all a lot of moving parts, and
That's
we
right.
all need to play our part.
That's right.
You, Kevin,
That's right.
myself, and many others. All these pieces are finally coming together,
Right.
and thank God we have such a great executive team like Kevin's team to get us all together.
And you know what? That's what community is. We all work together with the
Exactly.
common goal to help each other.
Fantastic, Debbie. Thank you so much for being on the show. You are
Thank
such
you.
a lovely person for what
Well,
you're doing.
thank you. I appreciate
Keep it up, and of course, if there's anything the show No Excuses can do, don't be bashful. Reach
thank
out.
you. I may have to take you up on that offer.
I would like that. Thank you for watching No Excuses and my special guest, Debbie Jaffee. Thanks for being on. I look forward to you getting in touch with me, because I like to help you out as much as possible.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks again, folks. See you again.